Welcome friends, James Corbett here from corbettreport.com with your Fukushima update for the week of November 7th, 2011, and this video is being recorded on November 8th, 2011 at 8:33 a.m. Japanese Standard Time. So let's get into the latest updates from the past week. And of course, as my viewers will probably already know, of course, we were covering the Reactor 2 recriticality last week and all of the brouhaha surrounding that. So I hope you have been checking Fukushima Update to stay up to date with that. But on different news, I wanted to start out today with a very important article from Simply Info going over a Lucas W. Hickson expose at Enformable.com. U.S. radiation monitoring may have been handed off to nuclear industry lobbyists. I think this is a particularly important article to go through in its entirety, so it is posted in its entirety here for you, but I'll just read the beginning of it. Lucas W. Hickson may have uncovered a major abuse of the public trust by the NRC. In late March 2011, the NRC issued a directive that allowed the nuclear industry lobbyist group NEI to supply radiation monitoring data to the NRC, who would then forward it to the EPA. March 24th, the NRC discussed handing over radiation monitoring to nuclear industry lobbyists. April 14th, RadNet was shut down and went back to routine monitoring schedules. This meant no ongoing food, water, and air filter testing. Only the radiation level monitors were left operating. The EPA claimed that levels were going down as the reason for shutting down the expanded monitoring, but places like Idaho did not have the decreases seen at other sites. So this is, I think, is an extremely important story. I haven't really seen it picked up anywhere else, so I really hope that people will take a look at that and take a look at some of the information, and of course stay up to date with everything at Enformable.com, which does some of I think the most in-depth and detailed reports on what's going on at Fukushima and all of the real profound issues that Fukushima raises. But moving along, let's move to another update. This one from November 5th of 2011. Japanese government approves TEPCO bailout plan.
Japan's beleaguered atomic energy firm TEPCO is set to receive an €8 billion bailout. TEPCO is expected to make a €2 billion loss this year. It's also facing multi-million euro compensation claims due to radiation leaks from the earthquake and tsunami-damaged Fukushima Daiichi nuclear plant. Japan's nuclear crisis minister said it was crucial for the government to address global concerns and continue to be transparent about its efforts to deal with released radioactive material. TEPCO has been bitterly criticized for its handling of the aftermath, but the government handout follows approval of its business plan. The companies also come under fire for requiring residents and business owners affected by the nuclear accident to go through an extremely cumbersome application process to seek compensation.
So yes, for those of you keeping track at home, yes, TEPCO is getting money from the government for having created all of this mess. What a wonderful idea. And I guess maybe I'm in the wrong business. Perhaps I should be owning a nuclear power plant and make sure that it goes into meltdown and then lie about it incessantly. At any rate, we also have some stories from the last couple of days. Fukushima women peacefully protest nuclear power. Radiation in Japan, small news and baseless rumors from SKF. I think this is a particularly good one for going over some of the incredible news that's coming out of Japan right now, including the high radiation hotspot in Setagaya-ku in Tokyo, which was at 110 microsieverts per hour. There were reports of even higher than that. And this one was particularly interesting. It was highlighted by E&E News yesterday. A 63-year-old TV newscaster has been diagnosed with acute lymphocytic leukemia and is now hospitalized getting ready for chemo. He felt a strange lump in his neck on October 28th, he says. In his morning show on Fuji TV, he's been promoting Fukushima produce by eating them in the show. He also happened to be in Fukushima on March 15th. Just a coincidence. Never mind that all is predominant in small children, and an adult case is 1 in 100,000 annually in Japan. So, again, a very important story that you probably haven't picked up on in the English media. So, again, that's what SKF is really good for, because it's a Japanese person who is writing and translating into English. Also, the Japanese imperial family is getting sick. One of the daughters of the crown prince and princess was just hospitalized for mycoplasma pneumonia, and the emperor himself is coming down with bronchitis. So some interesting developments there. I'm talking about radioactive rice. So again, XSKF just does excellent work. Probably the most valuable source translating things into English. Also fukushimadiary.com, fukushima-diary.com. We have a video from Marcus Kalthofen, who's written the paper about airborne radiation spread and its possible effects on Japanese people. And we have the related articles here: radiation exposure to the population in Japan after the earthquake, and a Fairwinds video from Arnie Gunderson, scientist presents data confirming hot particles. So once again, hat tip to Goddard's Journal for those, but absolutely a very interesting interview, and it's a 26-minute interview, I believe, so I won't be playing it right now, but here's the link for you if you want. Questions remain at Fukushima. TEPCO unwilling to verify reports of suspected criticality. This is another really important Enformable.com editorial. It's from November 4th, but I posted it on the 7th because that was when I first came across it. It's got a lot of important information about the criticality issue and some of the things behind that. So I hope, again, that you'll stay tuned to Enformable for updates like that. And then yesterday's update, day 242. As I said, it's 8:30 in the morning here, so I haven't put this today's updates up yet, but I will be doing that later on. For now, yesterday's update, we have this highlighted article: TEPCO begins removing cesium from spent fuel pool, and you'll notice in the Fukushima, the daily updates, I've started breaking them down into categories. Before I was breaking them down by website, but I think it's probably easier to navigate this way. So radiation news, and it has all of the stories related to various radiation hotspots and radiation concerns, and 311 news, and it has all of the articles related to the March 11th tsunami and the disaster victims and all of that. But right now, let's just take a look at this highlighted article. TEPCO begins removing cesium from spent fuel pool.
Tokyo Electric Power Company has begun removing radioactive cesium from water in a pool of spent fuel at the crippled Fukushima Daiichi nuclear power plant. The procedure at the number 2 reactor is the first of its kind at the entire plant. The concentration of cesium remains high in the cooling water of the pools following the meltdowns at the number 1, 2, and 3 reactors. TEPCO aims to reduce the concentration of radioactive material in the water from 1/100th to 1,000th within a month. Another concern is salt. After the accident, TEPCO used seawater to cool down the spent fuel pools in the reactors. There are fears that the metal pipes and walls of the pools will corrode because of the salt in the seawater. The salt concentration of water in the pools is not particularly high. It's about 1/10 that of seawater, but corrosion caused by salt may cause holes to form. TEPCO has already begun removing salt from the water in the pool at the number 4 reactor. It plans to do the same at the number 2.
So I hope you caught that that little thing they inserted about the salt water and how they're worried about corrosion in the pipes and the walls of the spent fuel pool. A very worrying story, and E&E News picked up and highlighted that yesterday, so I would suggest you go to there for more on that. And I see here there's lots of Fukushima updates today from NHK, so I'll be putting them in the Fukushima update for today later on, but suffice it to say that's it for now. So once again, thank you for all of the contact and all of the support that you're giving to Fukushima Update. I couldn't do it without you.